Hey guys, it is Friday morning, about 3 a.m., and I'm getting ready to head to the airport to fly to Indianapolis. It's a work trip where I'm working on some pretty exciting stuff, which I'll share with you. And we also got some fun things planned this weekend while we're there as well. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to show us your support, please subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you get notified of all the latest videos that are coming out. All right, so I made it out to the airport and I'm gonna go check in for my flight. It leaves at about 5:30 this morning, and I'll be flying most of the day as I head out to Indianapolis. All right, so I got through security and check-in, and I'm now heading over to my gate to sit and wait for my first plane to depart. Taking two different planes today. So we just landed in Dallas, and I've got about a 4-hour layover before I take my next flight into Indianapolis, and I'm hoping to get there this evening about 6:30 or so. All right, so I'm in Dallas Fort Worth Airport, heading over to where my connector flight is for the second part of my trip to Indianapolis.
I went and grabbed some lunch at Chick-fil-A and then went to the Shake Shack for an amazing chocolate shake before boarding my next flight to Indianapolis. I got to catch up on some episodes of The Mandalorian while I was on my flight, and then I have to say the sunset flying into Indianapolis was just spectacular.
All right, well, I just landed in Indianapolis, and I'm gonna go grab my bag and then meet my friend Brandon outside, and I think we're gonna go out to dinner.
I'd never been to the Indianapolis Airport before, and I've heard that they've done some work on it recently. It's absolutely beautiful inside. It was easy getting around. I went and grabbed my bags and then went out to dinner with Brandon before heading back to my hotel.
All right, well, I am in room 430 here at the Hyatt Place Hotel here in Indianapolis. And I've got a single king bed right there, with a nice looking TV and a big closet. Nice desk that I can work at while I'm here on this trip. Little couch area I can sit at when I'm watching TV. Bathroom looks really nice. Nice walk-in shower with glass doors. But then I'll show you guys the part I'm most excited about. Right across the street here is the field house. It's called Gainbridge Field House. And this is where the Indiana Pacers play basketball. So right there's the stadium that they play basketball in. So it looks really cool down here. There's like the plaza right outside. So yeah, nice view from my room. It's also really close to downtown Indianapolis. It's right in the middle of downtown Indianapolis. So I'll probably do some walking around and check out some of the sights around here, but it looks pretty cool. All right, well, it's been a long day. I left my house in Eugene at about 3:30 this morning, got to the Eugene Airport about 4 o'clock. It's now 9:05 Eastern Standard Time, so 6 o'clock back home, but 9 o'clock here. I spent all day flying. It's one of the first times I've ever taken off in an airplane in the morning and it's dark. And when I landed at the end of the day after a layover, it was dark when I got where I was going to. So I guess it shows that I don't fly fly east that often. But long day of flying, all things considered, it went really well. Both flights were pretty hassle-free, which is great. Brandon picked me up at the airport. It was great to see Brandon. We went and got Indian food for dinner, which was great, and just caught up and chatted for a while. And it sounds like it's just going to be a great weekend. I'm super excited about being here. Super excited about training on this new research project that I'll tell you guys more about as the weekend goes. And it just sounds like we have a lot of fun stuff planned for the weekend. So should be a nice mix between working hard and learning some of this research, and also doing some fun stuff and mixing that in as well. All right, well, it is Saturday morning and it's my second day here in Indianapolis. And it's my first day going down to the School of Medicine to train on this research project that I'm working on. And I haven't talked too much about my work on this channel because the initial hope with this channel was to be a stress reliever away from work. So I haven't talked a lot about my job, but I work in the behavioral health services area, and I specialize in substance use disorder. And I've worked in this field for 20 years. And in the last year or so, I've shifted the focus of my job onto research and innovations for future services. And this weekend, I'm back in Indianapolis training on the use of virtual reality for behavioral health services, specifically substance use disorder. So I'm partnering on a research project with Brandon, who you guys met last night, on the use of virtual reality for substance use disorder intervention. So it's pretty exciting. I won't spend a lot of time on that in this video, but just so you guys know why I'm here, that's what I'm doing. And I'm heading down to Brandon's workplace right now to spend the day training on how to do research on this project.
So the hotel that I'm staying at is the Hyatt Place, and like I mentioned, it's right in the heart of downtown Indianapolis. Since I showed up the night before, I didn't get a chance to show you guys the outside of the place, but it's really pretty outside, and the inside looks really nice as well. It was all decorated for the holidays and looking really cool.
All right, so we are in the office, and here's Brandon. We're getting ready to start the day of training on the research.
It was great getting to walk around the School of Medicine and get a tour of where Brandon and his team are doing some of this amazing work. Afterwards, Brandon and his coworker Megan and I went out to a place that Brandon highly recommends as some of the best barbecue food in Indianapolis called King Ribs. As quite often is the case, sometimes the best places to eat in cities aren't always the nicest areas of town, but I have to say he was right on. The food is absolutely amazing here. After lunch, we went back to the School of Medicine to complete the day of training, and I left that day with my brain pretty full of information from our first day. We went out to dinner afterwards and drove past the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which was really cool, and then went to a restaurant Brandon recommended called Taqueria number 1, which had really authentic Mexican food that was really good. Brandon had some tacos, which looked amazing, and I had some fajitas with shrimp, steak, and chicken on them that were just incredible.
All right, well, it was a great first day of training here in Indianapolis. The training I'm doing is at the University of Indiana School of Medicine, which is the largest medical school in the country. And it's just so cool to be a part of a project connected with them and with somebody who I've got so much respect for, like Brandon, who's a PhD researcher with them. And the virtual reality research that we're looking at is just incredible. Some of the ways that this can potentially help people with behavioral health issues of every kind is just amazing. So I'm super excited to be training on this. I learned a lot of cool stuff today. Brandon and his coworker Megan were doing the training with me today, and it was busy. It was a lot of information, but it was really exciting and fun. It's cool to be around like-minded people and just kind of brainstorm and talk about cool things. One of my favorite things to do when I'm in cities like this is go walking around at night and check out some of the sites. So it's still early enough that it'll hopefully be a little safer out there, but I'm gonna head out into Indianapolis and check out a couple of the sites that look really cool that are close to my hotel. All right, so I'm out walking around in downtown Indianapolis, going to check a monument out that I saw earlier that's supposed to look really cool at night. I love walking around these places at night and just kind of checking out some of the sights and getting to see the city. All right, well, I'm here at the state capitol and it's absolutely beautiful around here. Yeah, I'm enjoying walking around and checking out some of the sights around here. What a beautiful Capitol this is. It's really cool walking around the city center. It's such a pretty Capitol building. The way it's all lit up at night. Yeah, I've never seen this one before, and it's super cool to get to see it.
so I got back from the hotel from walking around downtown, and I got some yummy looking dessert here from the hotel, and I'm gonna hit the rack, maybe watch a little bit of the Oregon Ducks game before I go to sleep, but gonna hit the rack, and then we have a super fun day planned for tomorrow. All right, well, it is Sunday morning and should be a really fun day. Brandon's gonna take me out on like a motorized parachute type of thing. So we're gonna go flying this morning, and then we're gonna head back into the School of Medicine to do some more training around the research project. And then I think we're gonna barbecue some steaks tonight, which will be great. So should be a busy day, but a lot of fun. So looking forward to it. All right, so we are out here at the airfield getting ready to do some power parachuting. We're gonna get everything set up and then head up for the flight. It's a little chilly, but the wind is super calm, and as you can see, it's just a beautiful day out, so should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
This is a Pegasus two-seater with a quantum wing. Very nice machine. Rotax 912. It's an $18,000 engine.
And you said that's called a trike?
Trike. Weight shift trike, or weight shift control trike is what the FAA calls it.
Nice.
Most people fly them just call them trikes.
Huh.
It's also sometimes called a powered hang glider or a delta wing.
Interesting.
And so these are pretty quick aircraft. This cruises about 63 miles an hour.
Nice.
That's all it looks like. And the parachute, what's going to supply the airfoil, is actually under that cover. And I'll lay it out. Once we start rolling, it'll come up overhead, and then boom, we'll have an airfoil. Yeah. So this sport is called powered paragliding, and these are commonly referred to as paramotors. This is the power unit. So these are basically the same as those, but now instead of wearing them on your back, you put them on wheels.
Interesting.
But this is not a powered parachute.
There was also flamethrowers that were really cool, and a toilet with a picture of Hillary on it. I don't think I'm on the West Coast anymore. Brandon's powered parachute is so cool. It was really neat when he took the cover off, and I was able to take a look at some of the parts up closely. He pulled out a checklist of a bunch of pre-flight procedures he needed to look over to make sure that it was safe for us before starting it up and getting ready for our flight. We then started our takeoff, and the takeoff was a blast. It was also really smooth. I also am really grateful that Brandon was willing to let me bring my 360 camera up on the flight for some cool videos. This is an experience like nothing I have ever had before. It's interesting from flying my drone so often, I kind of felt like I was in the place that my drone normally is, up really high, so I was getting to experience a little bit of what my drone normally does. Flying down low was super fun and super exciting being that close to the ground. There was also times where flying up high felt a little bit nerve-wracking, looking down and seeing how high up you are at that point.
All right, well, we just got done going flying, and it was pretty fun. It's pretty neat up there. I enjoyed it a lot. It's a little chilly this morning, but it's just a beautiful morning. You could see all the way to like downtown Indianapolis from here, and so yeah, I see why people like this. It's super fun. Flying up high was a little bit, you know, nerve-wracking when you're up kind of super high, and but flying down low I thought was super fun, just skimming over the top of things and stuff. So I'm so glad Brandon brought me out here. This is something I definitely want to do again. Hopefully sometime I can come out and visit during the summer when it's warmer, and do it on a little bit of a warmer day. But it was absolutely beautiful. So
after flying, Brandon and I drove back into Indianapolis and back over to the School of Medicine, where we started up another full day of training. I'm so grateful for Brandon and Megan. They were so patient with me and so helpful, walking me through all the different steps of this research project that they're doing. After that, we headed over to Brandon's house for an amazing dinner, and he let me hold his tarantula for a little bit, which was crazy.
This is a Chilean rose hare. They are native to, well, Chile. And they're fairly docile. They're very common in the pet trade. They've been a popular species for a while. I've had this spider I've had it for 22 years. Had her for 22 years. It most definitely is a female. Probably at least 3 years old when I came into her. So, yeah, she's probably 25 years old. Which is crazy that a spider could live that long, I think.
yeah.
But, she looks the same as the day I got her. That's the other thing. You can see, I think it's showing up in the light pretty well, the rose color, the reflective color on the cephalothorax there. There you go. Ooh, there she's walking around a little bit. It's pretty docile right now.
Yeah.
It's gold.
The next morning, we headed back into the School of Medicine for one last day of training where we went back over all of the stuff that I'd learned over the last couple of days, and I had an opportunity to practice some of it for a little bit, which was great. I'm so grateful for Brandon and all of his help on this, and also for his coworker Megan, who helped me out a ton this weekend.
All right, so I got done with my last day of training down at the School of Medicine, and now I'm heading out to dinner for one last night here in Indianapolis before I have to get up early tomorrow to go to the airport. All right, so I'm in a restaurant called Harry and Izzy's in downtown Indianapolis, and it looks like a pretty nice fancy place. I'm getting some French onion soup, which sounded good, and a prime rib sandwich to eat. All right, well, I just got done eating at Harry and Izzy's, and the food was really good. The French onion soup was great. I had a prime rib sandwich that was delicious. It's a really nice atmosphere in there. It's very fancy. But yeah, overall the dinner was great. Now I'm gonna head back to my hotel. All right, well, it is the end of my Monday, and it was another great day. Had a lot more good training down at the School of Medicine on the research project. Then went and got a good dinner, and I'm back at the hotel now. Gonna be getting up early and heading back home, going to the airport super early tomorrow morning and flying back home. So it'll be great to see the family. This trip overall has just been incredible. It's great getting to see Indianapolis. I've never been here before. It's a nice balance between doing some fun stuff and also coming out here for the work that I came out here to do and getting a lot of that work done and feeling good about that. So it was great spending more time with Brandon. He's a really good dude, and it's great getting to know him a little bit better, and his wife and his team at work are all great. He works with a lady named Megan, who's super cool, who helped me out all weekend. So yeah, it's just overall been a great trip, and I'm really glad I got to come out here. All right, well, I am at the airport. I'm all checked in, gonna go through security, and then go grab a coffee and head over to my gate to wait for boarding for my first flight.
Well, my first flight from Indianapolis to Phoenix went great. I had a whole row to myself, which was incredible, and it was neat taking off during sunrise. It was absolutely beautiful up there above the clouds. It's crazy how I landed in Indianapolis during sunset a few days before, and now I was taking off during sunrise. Views flying into Phoenix Airport were absolutely beautiful, and I ended up spending a few hours in the Phoenix Airport before the next leg of my trip up to Seattle. Flew right over the top of the Grand Canyon, which was just a spectacular view to see. We then flew right next to Mount Rainier on our way into the Puget Sound area.
Thank you guys so much for joining us on this video. If you've ever been to Indianapolis and done fun things or gone cool places, please leave your comments below. We'd love to know what some of your thoughts are. Don't forget you can follow us on Instagram at Bucket Day Adventures. And if you enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really want to show us your support, please subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified of all the latest videos that are coming out. Thanks again for spending time with us, and we sure hope you're doing something fun today to fill your bucket. Take care.